It was a quiet summer evening in a suburban neighborhood, and the Wilson family was enjoying a barbecue in their backyard. James Wilson, a middle-aged father of two, was grilling burgers while his wife, Lisa, set the table. Their two children, Mia and Jordan, were tossing a frisbee with Duke, the family's loyal and energetic golden retriever. Duke was more than just a pet. He was family. Adopted as a puppy 7 years ago, he had been with the Wilsons through life's highs and lows. The kids adored him, and even neighbors often commented on his playful, gentle nature. But that peaceful evening turned into a nightmare when the screech of a police car interrupted their laughter. 2 officers arrived, responding to a vague report about suspicious activity in the area. Without so much as a knock on the door, the officers entered the Wilsons' yard. The family froze, confused and alarmed. "Is there a problem, officers?" James asked, stepping toward them. "Stay where you are," barked Officer Harrington, the senior of the two. His partner, Officer Miller, looked equally tense. As James raised his hands to show he meant no harm, Duke, sensing the tension, barked and trotted toward the officers. His tail wagged, and there was no aggression in his demeanor. But Officer Harrington pulled his weapon without hesitation. "Don't shoot!" Lisa screamed, running to grab Duke's collar. But the warning came too late. A single gunshot rang out, silencing Duke's bark. The dog collapsed in front of his stunned family. For a moment, time seemed to stand still. The Wilsons, their neighbors, and even Officer Miller stared in disbelief. "No. No, Duke!" Jordan cried, running to his dog's side. Mia knelt beside her brother, tears streaming down her face. Lisa fell to her knees, cradling Duke's lifeless body, her sobs echoing through the yard. "What have you done?" James shouted, his voice breaking with grief and fury. Harrington tried to justify his actions. "The dog was aggressive. I had to protect myself." "That's a lie," shouted a neighbor who had been watching from her porch. "That dog didn't attack anyone. He was just barking." Others began to gather, their faces a mixture of sympathy and outrage. Phones were out, recording the heartbreaking scene. Harrington's attempt to maintain control faltered as the crowd grew and his partner looked visibly uncomfortable. The videos went viral within hours. The footage showed Duke wagging his tail seconds before he was shot and captured the family's heart-wrenching grief. The public outcry was immediate and fierce. Hashtags like #JusticeForDuke and #StopTheViolence trended worldwide. The next day, the local police department held a press conference. Chief Rodriguez addressed the media, visibly shaken by the incident. "We are conducting a full investigation into the actions of Officer Harrington. We understand the community's outrage, and we will ensure accountability." But that wasn't enough for the Wilsons. They filed a lawsuit against Harrington and the police department, demanding justice for Duke. The community rallied around them, holding vigils and marches to honor Duke and support the family. 3 weeks later, Harrington was fired, arrested, and charged with reckless endangerment and animal cruelty. Officer Miller testified against him, revealing that Harrington had a history of overreacting in high-stress situations. The case made national headlines, reigniting conversations about police misconduct and the need for better training and accountability. In court, Harrington showed little remorse, but the evidence was damning. The jury took less than 2 hours to convict him. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. As part of a settlement, the police department awarded the Wilsons $1 million in damages. The family used a portion of the money to create the Duke Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to advocating for the humane treatment of animals and pushing for police reform. The tragedy of that summer evening left a permanent scar on the Wilson family, but they turned their grief into action. Duke's story became a symbol of resilience and the power of community. And while they would never forget their beloved dog, they found solace in the fact that justice, though delayed, had finally barked back.